Define observation, NC and MNC as per ISM Code. How are they different? What is the time limit to close NC and observation? As per ISM Code Element 1.1, Definitions, A. Observation means a statement of fact made during a safety management audit and substantiated by objective evidence. B. Non-conformity means an observed situation where objective evidence indicates the non-fulfillment of a specified requirement. C. Major non-conformity means an identifiable deviation that poses a serious threat to the safety of the personnel or the ship or a serious risk to the environment that requires immediate corrective action or the lack of effective and systematic implementation of a requirement of this code. Observation mainly shows an area of concern that is conforming with the ISM code now, but if it is not improved, it may lead to the non-conformance with the ISM code. For example, 1. 2 auxiliary engine critical spare parts were not on board as these were recently consumed. The requisition for same was raised. 2. 2 charts were found torn at the end and was found stuck with a tape. The observation may require corrective action, however, it is not as urgent as required in case of NC or MNC. Non-conformity is different from an observation, as in this case, a specific requirement of the ISM code was not met. For example, 1. 2 auxiliary engine critical spare parts were not on board as these were recently consumed. The inventory was not updated and no requisition was raised for the same. 2. During random checks, one permanent correction on one of the voyage chart was found to be missing. The procedure of dealing with INC is specified in the SMS. It usually involves filling up of NC report form and identifying the root cause, preventive actions, corrective actions taken, etc. This must be completed within 3 months of identifying and reporting of the NC or the given due date. Major non-conformity is when there is a deviation that poses a serious threat, requires immediate correction and indicates lack of effective and systematic implementation of the ISM code. It highlights that there is a systematic failure of one or more parts of the SMS. It is much more serious than INC and requires to be corrected immediately. A major non-conformity can be because of one single major deficiency or incident, or it can be because of number of small deficiencies from one area. For example, 1. A single deficiency on MARPOL equipments or LSA. 2. Number of small deficiencies on record keeping. In other words, a minor non-conformity may be an error, something someone forgot to do, a non-compliance on a single instance. A major non-compliance is the failure of the system as a whole and just indicates that the SMS is not effectively implemented. It is important to handle a MNC quickly and effectively. This will usually involve taking corrective actions to downgrade the MNC to NC once flag state is satisfied that the required corrective actions are being taken. The corrective actions to close this NC need to be completed in less than 3 months. If the nature of major non-conformity is very serious, the SMC of the ship may be withdrawn. In this case, even an interim SMC will not be issued. Ship needs to go through the initial process of obtaining the SMC, which would include initial verification of the SMS. Refer to IMO Circular MSC, Circ.1059 Procedures concerning observed ISM code major non-conformities.